Yeah.
Hello everyone. In this video, we will be sharing the experience of Mr. Manu Mohan, who has been placed as an energy market analyst in ICF Consulting. Before we listen to Manu, I would like to introduce him formally to our viewers. Manu is a final year MTech student in the Department of Energy Science and Engineering at IIT Bombay. For his MTech project, he is working on the energy management in battery coupled photovoltaic power plants. Apart from academics, Manu has also worked as a company coordinator for the Institute Placement Team 2020-21 at IIT Bombay. Before joining IIT Bombay, he
2017.
worked as an associate software engineer for Accenture from February 2017 to mid 2018. He completed his BTech in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from Kerala University in 2016. Without further delay, I would request Manu to share his experience of getting placed in ICF Consulting. Thank you, Manu. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah. Thank you, Sagar.
Yes, Manu. So, Manu, could you please tell us about the firm ICF Consulting and the profile of energy market analyst which you have been offered?
Yeah. So ICF is a management consultancy based in USA, and they do consultancy in a wide range of areas like energy, environment, health, education, etc. So here they came for a particular profile, that is energy market analyst. So they were looking for people who are having background in power systems or energy systems, and that was the profile they offered. And so this particular profile combines both domain knowledge as well as analytical knowledge. That is domain knowledge in power system and then some analytical skills. So that was the profile they opened.
Yes, yeah, this profile is somewhat a bit unique. Energy market analyst.
Yeah. So yeah, as you said, it is a bit unique because it consists like both technical and analytical part, like a non-core and a core job. So it's a mixture of both. So we need both the knowledge there.
Yes, so it's a bit difficult to differentiate in your case. Either you are having a core job or non-core job.
Yeah, means the profile, the domain knowledge is there. That's the main part actually. But the kind of or day-to-day activity is kind of non-core type of activity.
Yes, yes, Manu. Yeah, Manu. So, Manu, we will talk about your placement journey or placement experience as we progress. Meanwhile, we can talk about various other aspects of your profile. So, like in your case, you did your BTech from Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and now you are pursuing your Masters in Energy Science and Engineering. So, how was this transition happen actually? Or means, how did you end up joining MTech in Energy Science and Engineering at IIT Bombay?
Yeah, so I did my bachelor's in electrical engineering, and like every other electrical, I was also planning to do my MTech in electrical domain as well. But since I got an offer from IIT Bombay, and the department is also seemed to be very unique. Like it is a upcoming branch actually, interdisciplinary branch in energy science. So it combines not only electrical but the different fields such as mechanical, electrical, chemical. So it's a mixture of all these kind of different
Yes.
subjects. So, and the area renewable energy is also an upcoming area. So, the scope for this branch is like it's increasing day to day, and so that's why you choose this branch. And so, coping up with this branch was a little bit difficult in the starting. Like in the first semester, we need to study courses which contains other subject other than electrical. Like we need to do courses which contain basis of mechanical, some part of chemical, etc. So it was a bit difficult in the starting, but we will get used to it. And IIT Mumbai provides a flexible policy in taking the institute electives and all. So for we can take elective from an electrical department, and it might in those will help during the placements. So it was we can adjust after like first semester. It will be easy to adjust to the department and the subject.
Yes, yes, Manu. Yeah. So, Manu, in your case, means like, do you remember the number of offers which ICF Consulting has made for the students of your department? Like, how many students they have hired?
Yeah, they hired three students actually. Three
Okay,
were from energy science, two dual degree and one MTech.
okay, three from Energy Science Engineering. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
and only one student is from MTech.
Yeah, both were remaining two from dual degree energy science.
Okay, yes, yes, ma'am.
And ICF usually, this is the first time ICF is coming to IIT Mumbai campus. For previous years, they used to visit campuses like IIT Delhi and other NITs. So this is the first time they're coming for IIT Mumbai.
Okay, okay, yes, yes, Manu. So, Manu, in your case, since you have been placed in a consulting firm, even though your profile is a, blend of both, core concepts and non-core domain, actually. But what are the various things in your profile which you feel that those things would have, helped you in getting placed in ICF consulting? Like, means what are the things in your resume that you personally feel about it?
Yeah, even though it's a consulting firm, the interview were mostly technical only. So they needed people having like a sound knowledge in the domain they're working on. So the non-core part actually they didn't evaluate much because they're mainly focusing on the core part. So even my resume was made like that. So the courses which I took, my MTP, these were the main areas which I focused on, especially the courses which are our like core course of energy itself, like energy economics, all those things were the area they focused during the interview part. So those were the area which they are looking for, the technical side.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so mainly they were keen on checking your technical concepts.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So even if it is consultancy, they clearly mentioned it. So they were building a team who is having a sound knowledge and technical expertise in the power system and energy system. So they more than the other part, like the analytical part, they were mostly testing these parts. The how sound the knowledge of candidates on power systems or other techno-economic analysis of the systems, all those things, they were taking that.
Yes, yeah, ma'am. Yeah, but as I can see from your resume that you have prepared it from a very technical perspective, like the projects and everything you have mentioned, and your resume is very impressive from technical perspective, and you also have a very good number of PORs on your resume. So yeah, Manu, now we can talk a bit about the things which happened after signing the JAF actually. So we can talk a bit about those things. But before that, ICF Consulting has only one JAF this time, or they were having more than one JAF?
And they had only one job, energy market analyst.
Okay, and this JAF was open for which department or which courses actually?
Actually, it was open for energy, electrical, chemical, and mechanical. I think, yeah, these are the main branches they are open for. And yeah, these are the main branches they are open for.
Okay, but finally they hired students only from energy science and engineering.
Yeah, so coming to that process, they had this resume shortlisting. So I think on checking the resumes, they were like inclined towards energy branch.
Okay, yes, yes, yes. So you signed the JAF, and then there was resume shortlisting. So was there any test or something after that?
Yeah. So after signing the resume, they conducted an online test. The test was for 1 hour, and there were around 25 questions, I guess. Yeah, 25 questions, and that was the test. After test, they did the resume shortlisting. I guess they combined both resume shortlisting and test together. After that, they released a shortlist.
Okay, yes, Manu. So, Manu, was there any CPI cutoff in the JAF?
Yeah, I guess it was seven. Seven was there,
Okay, it
if
was
I
seven.
remember correctly.
Yes, yes, Manu. So, Manu, we can, dive or we can discuss the test actually. So, as you have mentioned that it was only of 1 hour duration, there were 25 questions. So, what was the
Yeah.
things that were being tested, in that test, like the syllabus, or what were the questions in that test mainly?
Okay, so the test was around 1 hour and it had 25 questions. Among these 25 questions, around 20 questions were normal aptitude questions, that is reasoning, numerical ability, and all the generic aptitude questions. So, but the length was a little bit higher. That's why they gave 1 hour. Usually, 25 questions, normal companies won't give 1 hour, but they gave 1 hour because due to the length of the questions. Each questions were moderate, but it was lengthy. And the question, the domain which from they asked were generic questions, like any other companies or the test which IITB placement team conduct for training. All those are general questions, and the remaining 5 questions were a little bit unique, I think the ICF made themselves because they gave a scenario kind of energy. They gave the energy distribution in USA, a pie chart containing the sources from which USA can consume the energy, and they did some analytical test there. So the 5 questions were based on that energy mix of USA. So that was the test.
Okay, so 20 questions were aptitude questions,
Yeah.
and the 5 questions were some case study or some scenario based questions.
Yeah, a scenario based on USA. Because the profile which we going to work is like our clients will be based on USA. So they were clearly mentioned that we should be able to do that.
Okay, yes. So Manu, aptitude, I am assuming that there were questions from quantitative aptitude, verbal, logical, these things were there.
Yeah, the common things were there.
Okay, but you mentioned that the questions were a bit lengthy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, lengthy as in means there was the data in the questions
Yeah,
were.
the calculation might take a little bit longer than usual. Some questions usually aptitude questions are set for like 1 minute kind of thing, but here it might take like 2 to 3 minutes or maybe a little more than that. But the difficulty was moderate. It was not difficult, but still it might take some time. That's it.
Okay, so any example would like to give on this? Like by length, what do we mean actually? Like if you could give some example or analogy, something.
Yeah, for example, there was a question on the work time, like the number of hours and calculating the number of workers. There is a question based on that. So if go to a simple for a short question, it might be given like two variables, like two workers would be there and calculate the time taken by those workers to complete the work. So that might be a simple, like a shorter version. But here coming to ICF, they might have given like 3 to 4 people. So it might take a little bit like a few more steps to calculate the number of hours. So
You are
that's how it
having more,
increases.
you are having more information in that question or more variables or parameters.
Yeah, the information and variables might be a little more, so that it might take a little more time. But the concept and the difficulty is the same.
Okay, so the lengthy questions were from mainly quantitative aptitude or the verbal, logical. Those questions were also lengthy.
Yeah, those are also lengthy actually. The verbal aptitude, the paragraph were a little lengthy for reading, comprehension, and all. They were also a little bit lengthy.
Okay, yes. So, okay, so as we can perceive that in that test, 80% of the questions were from aptitude sections and remaining 20% questions were on scenario-based questions.
Yeah, scenario based.
Yes. So, in your case, how did since you have mentioned that there were lengthy questions and which is not common actually because in general tests we get somewhat short aptitude questions. So, how did you prepare for these type of questions or any tips or do you have on this?
Actually, we were not prepared for this. We didn't know that this is going to be like this. But when it came, and we just look into the timer. So they are given already 1 hour's time. So we need to finish it within time. So that's what the only thing which we did actually, and mainly focusing on the scenario-based question also. I think they specifically look into that, the scenario-based questions. Maybe because we don't know how they are going to put the cutoff and all. So as the scenario-based questions were a little bit more oriented towards the profile, I did the scenario-based question first, and then I went on to the aptitude questions. So that's how it happened. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a good strategy that you can choose that section first, the one which is related to your profile. Yes.
Yeah.
So Manu, coming to the scenario-based questions, so an example do you want to add on this because that will give a clear picture to the viewers.
Yeah. So in the scenario-based question, they had given a pie chart showing the percentage of energy mix of USA. They taken one particular state in USA, and they had given a pie chart showing different percentages of like the energy mix that is from coal energy coming from coal is like 40%, then from renewables is 20%, and others are like that. Like similarly, a pie chart was given, and based on this pie chart, they asked to give some suggestion like to how much amount can like which state is going to be like more in a carbon neutral, or how can we reduce the carbon emission output, and all this kind of qualitative analysis. It was not a quantitative, like we don't need to do any calculation, but it was much of qualitative analysis. Like, these were the kind of questions they asked.
Okay. So you were supposed to write some paragraph, some text, or
No, no. Yeah, there are options. We were asked to choose the options, which would be the most apt thing to do there.
okay, okay, okay. So in that question also you would have to do some calculations and then come to some conclusion.
Not exactly calculation, but we need to do an analysis. Like since the energy mix is even, we can choose which state would be like which we could consider to consume more energy, so that the energy like the carbon dioxide output would be less. So it's kind of qualitative analysis. We don't need to do any
Okay,
calculations.
qualitative
It's
analysis.
yeah, we could use our logic and then answer that.
Okay, yeah. So does solving those questions require your technical knowledge as well, like the things which you might have studied in energy science and engineering?
Yeah, actually, we had a subject called Energy Economics and Environment taken by Professor Rangan Banerjee. So that course deals with this kind of questions. Not the subject actually deals with this kind of stuff. So if a student has done that course, then he could easily answer those questions.
Okay. Okay. So what is the name of the course? Could you please say it again?
Energy Economics and Environment. It is a core course for energy science.
Okay, it's a core course actually. Yes. So I think people who
Yeah,
they definitely have to opt for this course.
yeah. For energy science, it's compulsory.
Yes. So yeah. So as you mentioned, like this course will be helpful for the students who want to know how to do a qualitative analysis, like the questions which you have received in that test.
Yeah, our professor used to discuss these kind of case studies in the class as well.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So that will give us an idea, like those who want to
Yeah,
opt for a profiles like you did, so they can focus more on that course or they can study that course in depth.
yeah.
So Manu, I think then we have discussed the test in detail, and this will definitely help the upcoming students. And so after the test scores and the resume shortlisting, the resume points, those two things
Uh,
were combined to release the list of shortlisted students for the interview.
yeah.
Yes. So
I think they given more weightage to resumes as well, because even students I think who did well in tests might not have shortlisted due to the background. So mostly students from energy were shortlisted.
okay, so in the interview shortlist, there are mostly students from the energy. Oh, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah. So how many students they had shortlisted for the interview? Approximately
Uh, Around 20 students were shortlisted.
20. And among those 20, most of the students were from energy science and engineering.
Yeah, 2 or 3 students were from chemical and other like electrical, I guess, but mostly from energy.
Mostly from energy. Yeah, so then it's right. It means you are right that they might have focused on resume much as compared to the test scores.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And the platform of the test, do you remember on which platform the test was conducted?
So that I don't remember.
Okay, fine. And in the test, the calculator was allowed or not? The aptitude test?
Yeah, I think calculator was allowed. Yeah.
Yes, yes, Manu. So, Manu, we can now talk a bit about your resume. Of course, you have prepared a very impressive resume, and I must say that the way in which you have, mentioned all the components of your resume, those things are very impressive. And so, if you could give some advice, like how to shape the resume, so those things will be helpful for the upcoming students. So, if you could tell us something about the resume, how you drafted your resume, or what are the key points which one should keep in mind while preparing their resumes?
Yeah, sure. So I prepared my resume purely based on core jobs. So I was not focusing on non-core jobs. It was completely technical, all the projects and MTP, course projects, and all those things. So firstly, I collected all the things, like collected all the points which I could use in my resume, and kept it drafted. Then I was looking for some template, how in the way which I could organize those things. So while going through some of the templates, I found one thing catchy was that the my first line, that the key area of interest, I found that was interesting. So I put that there. We could put our area of interest directly by 3 or 4 points, the like power electronics, renewable energy, or battery storage. So actually that thing actually I think was useful, because many profiles which I got shortlisted based on those things, like the power electronics or battery storage or renewable energy. So that was the first thing I did. I put my key area of interest there. Then my MTP and all the technical projects I have done. So yeah, that was the main thing I've done. Just organize my course projects and the courses I have done. I also mentioned my courses briefly, the courses which I've done and the which could be industry relevant courses. And after that courses, I mentioned my PORs, the personal responsibility which I worked on. And towards the end, I also mentioned some area of my hobbies as well. So this was generic template which I found from my seniors also helped me and in doing that.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, it's really your resume shows that you have put a lot of effort in shaping your resume, and your resume must have played a very important role in your placements.
Yeah, resume shortlisting it got me help in like in getting into interviews of some companies which I thought I would have never got into shortlisted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, a good resume, gets you into interview rooms at least, and then of course, depending on
Yeah,
how your interview goes. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
yeah, correct.
So Manu, I believe that then we have covered the things which happened before the interview. We have discussed the various aspects of the profile and the things which happened after signing the JAF. So anything you want to add in this part before the interview part?
Yeah, for ICF actually there were a separate round called Excel test. Usually before the interview they do that, but here they didn't do that. I think due to time constraint, I guess they didn't do that test, Excel test here. Usually
Excel.
they give a last date.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excel test.
So yeah, because we need to handle a lot of data as well. So for our clients, we might need to handle their data and like site data and all. So they will give a lab data set like energy consumption data or something like that, and we need to do an analysis on that. But they didn't do it here. I heard it from one of my friends in NIT Surat, I guess. From there, I found out that they did that there.
Okay, means we are talking about Microsoft Excel, MS Excel.
Yeah, Microsoft Excel. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So said okay. So at IIT Bombay they did not test this.
Yeah, they didn't do that. I think because time constraint, I guess.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah, maybe. Yes, yeah. So
So,
it felt that it
so if
concept.
they come next year, maybe they might conduct that.
Yeah, of course. Next year they might come planned, or they might have this test. Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you prepared for this MS Excel test? Did you prepare this, or
I was like I didn't prepare, but I knew that if they conducted, I need to prepare. But I just started doing that, but then I got to know that they won't conduct that. Then I didn't. I dropped that plan.
so means how did you start learning MS Excel? Means we mentioned that you started learning. So how was you learning? How were you learning actually?
I actually had some experience because while I was working in Accenture, I was using MS Excel for creating my reports. So I had some knowledge on Excel, and based on that, I was searching on Google like things which I could use for plotting the charts and settings and all. I was searching that in Google. So those were the things I started plan. Like there were things like lookups and all, which we could use in doing the analysis part. And yeah, that were the things.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think the people, those who will be watching this video, they should plan that there might be an Microsoft Excel test as well. So they should be proficient, or they should gain some
Yeah,
working experience on that particular tool.